Shrek the Musical in the studio with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Great to have you in. I'll have you, I guess, start off by going around the room introducing yourselves.
Oh, I'm Shervy Browning, and I'm the vocal director.
My name is Jack Mystic, and I'm the director and producer of the show.
I'm Jackie McCullough. I play Princess Fiona.
I'm Josh Lacey. I am Shrek.
I'm Carlos Shoemaker, and I play Donkey.
All right. Fantastic. Now, first up, we'll get started with the nuts and bolts here. When does the show run?
The show is this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a Friday performance at 7 p.m., a Saturday matinee at 2 p.m., a Saturday evening show at 7 p.m., and then a Sunday show at 2 p.m. And all admission for all tickets is just $5 for children and adults.
Nice. Very good. I guess we'll start with you, Jack, as far as how did you come to settle on Shrek the Musical?
We had looked at several shows going into this year, and this show really appealed to the creative team because of the diverse cast that it allowed us to have. There are several featured ensemble members. The show covers the story of the fairy tale creatures, and it allowed us to really feature the talent that we have at the high school, and also the message of it kind of hit home. We have a lot of athletes and Scholastic Bowl kids, and it's quite a diverse group of students that are involved. And the moral of the story of this show is really no matter what group you come from, no matter what quirks you kind of have, that you can really all work together and just kind of be who you are, and everything will work out in the end. So it kind of really pertained to the group of students we have this year.
All right, and of course now lots of folks familiar with Shrek and the fairy tale itself and the characters.
Right.
How big of a cast of beyond the three mains here?
Beyond the three mains, we have a cast of about 55 students,
Okay.
And then a pit of 40 students involved. So total, we've got about 90 to 95 students involved, including crew, pit, and then the castmates. So it's a pretty large cast, the largest that I've worked with so far. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Now let's spend a few minutes talking to these main characters. We'll start with Fiona.
Hi.
Hi. Well, what's your experience been with the productions? Have you done more than this one?
Oh yeah, I've been doing shows since I was in the 8th grade, and I'm a
Okay.
senior now. So
Okay.
I probably couldn't tell you off the top of my head how many there were, but yeah, there's been quite a few.
Yeah. And now tell me about playing Fiona.
It's an experience. At first it was a pretty challenging role, but after a while it's turned into probably the best part of my day.
Okay.
I love it. So
More challenging than say maybe a more traditional role of a lead.
yeah, definitely. Just the mannerisms that the character has, and kind of the emotional shifts throughout the show were really difficult to, grasp and really portray.
Okay. Very good. Thanks, Jackie. Let's spend a few minutes talking to Josh here now as Shrek.
Hello.
Yeah. Nice to have you in.
It's good to be here.
Now, what about your experience in past productions?
I've been doing them since freshman year. It's been
Okay.
a crazy time.
Yeah. And what about playing the role of Shrek?
Being
What
Shrek
about that?
is very difficult because what other people see might not be what I see, and I like to put a piece of myself in there so that it's very personal to me. And being Shrek is hard because Shrek is a person who just likes to be left alone, and I'm a person who likes to go and hang out with my friends, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's difficult being that because I'm trying to put myself into it, and it's not exactly who I am. So the Scottish accent was a little difficult too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but I'm sure it's coming together for you now,
Oh,
right? All right, very good. And Carlos.
Hello.
The donkey.
Yep.
Now, first tell me about your past performances.
Like Jackie, I've been doing them since 8th grade.
Okay.
I think this is 17, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I love it.
First time as an animal on stage?
This actually might be my second or third in a row.
Okay.
I was
Well-
Max the dog during the Christmas show, and then
Sebastian during Little
I
Mermaid.
was Sebastian during the Little
nice.
Mermaid.
Nice.
So yeah, I've had my slew of animal characters.
Well, tell me what's it like for you to be a donkey in Shrek
Oh,
the
I
Musical?
love it so much. It's probably my favorite part that I've ever done because I just get to be crazy and off the wall all the time, and yeah,
And kind of the wise guy.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
He has his moments.
Right.
Me personally, I'm an outgoing person. I like to be crazy and out there, so it's not that far of a stretch, I guess. I just get to be silly and just go crazy on stage, and it works. I love it.
Nice. Very well. Well, now let's spend a couple minutes talking to Sherfy about the vocal aspect, the vocal director, and the group you've got together singing in this this production.
It has been very challenging because, as Jack said, we have a very large cast, and there are intricate 6-part harmonies.
So,
The music is wonderful. People should come just, if for nothing else, just the music is just so fantastic. And it has been challenging, but the kids have raised the bar. Jack and I set very high standards, and they have met those standards, and it has been great.
yeah, sweet. That's nice. It's coming all together now.
It is.
There's a lot of variables in the show. We have, with all the kind of fairy tale creatures in there, we've got a dragon that is puppeteered by 6 people. We've got a Gingy puppet that's puppeteered. With having a lot of animals and those types of things, we've had to create a lot of prosthetics and a lot of those types of things. So there's a lot of things that we haven't been able to connect until this week because either they were rentals or we didn't want to waste the prosthetics over and over again. So last night was really our first run of putting kind of everything together. And it was a little chaotic at first, but by the end of the night, it had really kind of started to mesh. And like I said, the dragon in itself is one of the scariest pieces, yet I think will be one of the coolest pieces of the show. It's 30 feet long. It breathes smoke. Its eyes change color. It's a really, really cool piece. But those 6 actors really have to coordinate with one another to be able to move around the stage. And we've got a lot of huge set pieces, so that doesn't leave a lot of room in the wings. So it's been difficult, but it's definitely the most set and most special effects things that I've used in a show, just because it's a fantasy, so you've got to create the separate world on stage.
Well, and tell me too, tell our listeners a little bit about the story itself. Does it parallel the movie that folks might be familiar with, or is it a story of its own standalone?
It is mostly Shrek, the first Shrek.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based pretty much on the first one, and follows a lot of that, and it's got, it has kind of its own moments in certain areas. When I hadn't watched Shrek for the movie for a very long time until we decided on this. So then, you kind of go back and you watch just to see how much it really relates. And a lot of the dialogue of the movie, they've translated into a lot of the score and a lot of the music. And you wouldn't really notice unless you're really kind of looking for it and if you're familiar with the music. But a lot of that dialogue and stuff has been translated. So I think families and the kids will really be able to make the connection. It's close enough that it's right there with it. So
yeah. Now tell me this: did you all go back and watch the movie or movies? I guess there's been several now.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love it. I watched it. Yeah.
But to help you with the role.
Oh, tell me what the
or
role.
Do anything.
I did watch the cartoon, like the Shrek, the first one, but also the Broadway version of the show is on DVD, so I watched that a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. When I first got the part of Donkey, one of the hardest parts for me was the voice to do. Okay. And it was really conveniently on. Like that night it was on, so I would record it and watch it like every night to get the voice down.
Nice, yeah. And Jack, you may have some input on this. Some directors encourage the cast to get some pointers and tips from watching the original.
Yeah, this one we talked about in the very beginning. I usually don't like them to watch it because I like them to put themselves into it, and I want it to be their own character.
Right.
With this one, we had them watch a little bit more so for the dialects, the accents, the mannerisms, a lot of those types of things. Because I think what makes this show very difficult is that I would say 98% of your people coming in this weekend are going to not be basing it on the movie, but will have the movie in the back of their head.
Sure.
So you want to allow them to connect with those characters and they want to come see what they already know. So I wanted them to incorporate some of those mannerisms and some of those, like I said, those dialects and different things into their characters so that people had an easier time connecting with them. On the emotional standpoint of things, that's kind of what we try to keep them not from watching, so that they can kind of make those emotional connections amongst themselves and kind of form those things for themselves on stage so that it makes it real for them. So
it sounds like this production's probably one of the more challenging that Coal City's
It is. I have been doing this for almost 30 years, and this is the most challenging musical we've ever done.
And lots of not just for the crew, but for the cast as well. For you guys, is I mean, I know we in the past when I've had performers on talking about getting ready for a production, and you learn the lines, you learn the music, and but now we're down to days away, so it's got to be coming together for you, right?
It is.
Yeah, and I think with this, the creative team has really, I mean, again, with it being a fantasy, you kind of have that, you have to create this whole separate world. Last year we did Grease, and it was fantastic, and we loved working on it, but that you could go and find costumes from that time era. You could go and find, different things from the diner era, whereas this one, we really had to sit down as a creative team that first few weeks of the production and figure out what's our vision, what do we want this to look like, and from there we've had a group of people. Celeste Sheridan paints our sets, Chad White, who's got a salon here, Morris has been doing all of our wigs, Shannon Bear's done our prosthetics. I'm trying to think of anybody else. We've had people building. Kim Sereni's doing our choreography. Pam Ronchetti and Carol Chapin have been building costumes and doing everything. So we really, it's been a group effort, and it's been quite scary and time consuming, but it's really shaping up to be a very, very cool production.
I was going to say the payoff's going to be this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And to see, we always say piece by piece it starts coming together, but that week of when you finally see everything on stage exactly how you envisioned it is really the payoff, to see everything coming together. And I think that's why we all do it. So
sure.
Yeah.
Super. Now let's in the time we have remaining. Of course, you mentioned the tickets. Are they available now?
They are. They are available. If you visit our website, it's CCH Shrek. So like CCHS. HREK. Sorry, I'm running a little sleep. .weebly, which is WEEBLY.com. That will give you a chance to kind of look at the cast members. There's bios on there for our cast and creative members, and then you can buy tickets online, or they're available at the Coal City Courant office as well in advance. Any tickets that we have left over, if we don't sell out prior, will be available at the door to purchase on the nights of performance, and that ticket sales will go on. Will start an hour prior to each performance on the nights of the shows.
Okay,
So,
and right now tickets are available for all the shows?
Tickets are available for all the shows at this point. Friday's going very quickly and Sunday's going very quickly. But as of right now, we still have tickets available for all 4 performances.
Yeah, might not just by the time Friday night show's over.
That would be wonderful. That would be nice, but we'll see what happens.
Well, and now do I understand there's also a VIP?
There is.
Package that you've got?
Yeah, we've got a VIP. Ann Gill has put together kind of a VIP room for the people that have made donations to our production. We've had a lot of businesses that have been very supportive, even if it's just donating their time to come in and help with different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. So we've kind of set up this VIP suite that's going to have some Shrekified food and drinks and kind of just give you a place to kind of relax and get away during intermission, and that'll be kind of sectioned off. So that's kind of for, that'll be on opening night is what they'll have that for. So,
all right.
Yeah.
And in fact, you want to end here this morning by doing a giveaway for some.
Yeah, we have 4 tickets to opening night, and then you'll have access to the VIP suite at intermission. We have our community theater group is selling Shrek ears, so we're going to go ahead and throw in 4 pairs of Shrek ears so you can join us in the Shrek movement. And then we're going to do a meet and greet with Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey after the show. So that'll be 4 tickets to opening night, and then all that fun stuff to add to it. So
fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do then. We're going to give this away to our 5th caller here.
All right,
How's
sounds
that
good.
sound?
Sounds great.
941-1550. Dial me up. Fifth caller gets a VIP night at opening night of Shrek, the Coal City High School production that happens this weekend. 4 tickets, 4 pair of Shrek ears. You can visit the VIP suite at intermission, and there'll be a meet and greet with Fiona, Shrek, and Donkey after the show. 941-1550, fifth caller gets them. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Break a leg.
Thanks very much.
Have a great weekend with Shrek the Musical, some cast and crew here from Coal City High School. The spring production is going to be happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to wrap up this Tuesday edition of People Are Talking. Stick around now. On the way, we've got a Wall Street Journal report ahead, followed by our first In Memoriam report. Then we take care of a Tuesday trading post here at the voice of Grundy County, 103.1 FM, WCSJ.